Hey, thanks again for tuning in to Thoughts from Heaven. It's kind of funny because I'm I'm trying to do this thing where I'm instant in my season. I'm quick to listen. Like I want to know that I'm able to quickly discern and to quickly understand what it is that God is telling me. And it was so funny because I wanted to spend alone time with him, and I find myself looking at maybe a sermon on my phone or a song or something to listen to. And then I'm scrolling through and I can't really find anything. And then I hear him say, "Why not just be with me? Why not just listen to me? Isn't that okay too?" And I think that is somewhere that he's calling us. He's calling us to this place where we're just like, where we want to talk to him. Like, do you want to walk with God? Do you truly want to hear his voice? Do you have a relationship with him? Is this something that we just keep in our minds, or are we actually like walking and talking this? Is he convicting us in our daily lives to think pure thoughts, to want to be just like holy? What's holy? Holy is keeping God's laws, and his laws are not grievous. What's grievous about not lying, not stealing, not killing, to honor your father and your mother? You know, he's told me, he's like, if that one thing would be done, people would have respect of persons, but more so respect of God. Just that, following that one law, honor your father and your mother. Wow. Wow. So that you may live well and long on the earth. And this isn't just like for one person, this is for everyone. When I read the word, it's not just talking to me, it's talking to everyone. And that's what's so beautiful about his words. His words are active and alive, living and breathing. They're so true. I mean, when I finally started reading the Bible and understanding that what he was saying to me was genuine and true, everything is beautiful, that he wants to be my protector and a shield around me, that he loves those who love him. And the thing is like, why would I not love him? Why? He is God. He is the creator. He is the great I am. He's given all life. It was his intentional design to create this earth in every single way that it is. All of its inner workings and its movings. The way I was created. And then to redeem me. To redeem all of us. To know us. Like, even if we got lost, he would still bring us back into his fold. He would send someone to be like, hey, I'm over here, and it's so much better with me. And don't you know how it hurts his heart? How does it hurt his heart when his children like turn away? When we don't want to look to him? When we're so like arrogant and prideful in all of our ways that we literally are the child kicking and screaming in the middle of the store, smacking their parent, and we're all just like standing watching, knowing that it's wrong, and yet we don't see that in ourselves when it pertains to God. When it pertains to God as a father, as a creator, as an all-powerful, holy, righteous being. How? He says we are created in his image. Why? I've had to ask myself a question one day. And it was, why are we here? You know? Like, if you've ever gone through any kind of suffering, any kind of trial, any kind of brokenness or abuse, there's this thing that happens where you're just like, you kind of lose the will to live, and you wonder like why, you know? Like my ideas of love and the way that things should go and be has all been so messed up that I literally didn't have any joy for living. I was that defeated in my mind, and I stayed there for a very long time. Until one day, God, He stops me. He stops me right in the middle of my pity party, and He says, "Don't you know how selfish you're being? Don't you know that I made you for so much more than this? And I've been settling all of this time. And if you won't think about that, will you think about how the fact that this would kill your mother? If you did something to harm yourself, how this would hurt your mother?" Dude, at that point, it got me thinking like, oh, well, of course I love my mother. Like, if you're not going to think about like me or yourself, are you saying you don't love your mother either? And because, God knew. He knew exactly where to touch, to talk about, to convict. Because my mother's my best friend. She's the sweetest woman in the world. I'm so blessed to know her. This woman never, ever condemned me. She showed me the love of Jesus like you would not believe. No matter how I rebelled or what I did in my life, she was a strong, firm representation of love. And also, I wanted to love her. I wouldn't. We fear our elders out of respect, right? Is there someone who has authority over us that we just give them that fear of respect? Like, I would fear losing her? That would stop me? That would wake me up? And so He says, "You're being so selfish." And He wakes me up and He redirects my thoughts to the whole purpose, the purpose of it all. It's like, if you would stop misplacing your love and misplacing your interest and your desires in the things of this world, and you place them in me, and you delight in me, I will show you things, and I will give you your heart's desires. And these heart's desires, man, they wouldn't be like anything that you could possibly imagine with money. And it's not something that you could buy. It's like these most beautiful life scenarios where you're like, whoa, that was God. Like the way He just works things out together for good to those who love Him. Just mind-blowing, beautiful things. Like bringing my whole family together in one little town. Because I grew up like on the road and always kind of separated. And I always kind of dreamt of having that. Like this tight-knit community and dropping around people's houses on Christmas or the holidays and, saying hi. And I don't know, people knocking on your door for a cup of sugar or something. What's wrong with that? I don't know. I just kind of always wanted that, like, community, that love, that friendship. And, this is what God wants in us. This is what He wants with all of us, sons and daughters. He wants us to wake up and look up. He wants us to walk with Him like we are created to do in the cool of the garden. To walk with Him and talk with Him. Oh, He's so good. Even right now, I'm just like on this another level of experiencing this joy. This joy and this peace that surpasses all understanding. I'm just in awe because, it's always Him that speaks. He uses the broken vessels. He uses us, the ones that are so broken, and they just want to run to Him. And He puts us back together. He puts us back on His wheel, on this potter's wheel. And He just keeps molding us and making us after His will because it's going to be beautiful. We could never think about how to create an ocean. That's God's mind. That's His mind. So yes, I want to know exactly what He wants for my life. I want to talk with Him and not just take from Him. You know how much it hurts to be in a relationship with someone who just wants to take from you and never give back? Oh, it's so lonely. It's so lonely. It's so fake. There's nothing sincere there. There's nothing genuine. Nothing authentic. Oh, and it makes him sad. It makes his heart sad when his children just want to ask him for things that he's already giving us. Wow. Wow. He wants us to have like a genuine relationship with him. He wants us to want to know about him. Like the thing that you're most interested in, maybe it's yourself, your self-interest, whatever attracts you most. For me, it was like herbal healing for a long time. I was just like obsessed with learning about everything. Everything. I mean, A to Z. I wanted to know about the specific uses for each plant. And I was like, oh, this is so great. God's creation. I want to know about all of it. And healing. And then one day he stops me. I'm serious. He just stops me. He's like, I wish you'd want to know about me like that. And I was like, what? That was the most sweet and convicting thing that I had ever heard. I mean, and I felt that in my spirit. I felt God say that to me in my spirit. I wish that you would want to know about me like that. And how many people can say the same thing, relating it to their own relationship? I wish that you would put me first like that. I wish you'd want to put all of my needs first like that. And I would give it back to you in return. But here's the thing. God gives back tenfold. What we give, he gives back tenfold. And then that is this peace and this joy that we experience in him that I've not tasted nor seen of anything like it in my life. And as an addict, I chased a lot of highs in my day. I really have. And I've never experienced something so sweet, so genuine, so pure, so good, so long lasting. Like he's just always there. Anytime that you want to call on him, he's there. He's so faithful. Like he just keeps showing up.